All right, welcome to the Grocery Shop for Free podcast. I am here with my lovely co-host, Diane.
Hi, y'all.
Howdy, howdy. So we've got a great show for you today. Today we're going to talk about frugal Christmas traditions, ways that you can, make memories with your kids and do fun things on the cheap.
Yep.
Because let's face it, it's these little holiday traditions that your kids will remember, right, growing up, and
Hope.
Yeah, you
and do things like that with their kids, the same kind of things that they did growing up and liked so much. I'm gonna take my glasses off because the light's reflecting off of them.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we want to create awesome memories for our kids and things that they'll remember, but we want to do it on the cheap because we're already spending a ton of money this time of year anyway.
And once you have more than like one kid, it's
Yeah.
imperative that you do things on the cheap, but you want to make those good and lasting memories.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, and it gets even more vital when you start getting grandkids into the mix, and it's a mess.
Not really, because I just send them home to their parents and say, go do it. No, we have traditions that we do with our grandkids too. The same traditions we did with our kids growing up.
Yeah, you want them to to have these little touchstones, especially when your kids have kids, that they can kind of look back on and say, this is something that we did. It was important to us. And also that they have the freedom to, create their own traditions with their kids.
Right.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about some easy things that you can do that are cheap, require little to no money, and create awesome memories. So let me pull up my list here. I can get to it. First one, most obvious, it's the one that most of us do anyway, and we, most of us really enjoy it, is just go looking at Christmas lights. Throw the kids in the car one weekend and go running around the town, wherever, usually most towns have a place that
at least one.
Yeah, at least one where everyone is decorated. Here in Arlington, we have, what's it called?
Interlocking.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. We have interlocking. So first of all, that where it is, so that you stay away from that part of town if you're not looking at Christmas lights, because the traffic is crazy.
A few years ago, it's so bad because it's a whole neighborhood. It's like a huge neighborhood, and all the houses back up to this little lake and everything. And it's really cool. It's great. They spend thousands. One of the homeowners had turned on his lights for the night because they have a specific span of time that they all do it. And they left, and there was a fire, an electrical fire, and it was so bad that it took the fire trucks like 45 minutes to an hour to get in past all the traffic. So now there's a whole traffic thing going on so that it's people can get in and out easily, and vehicles like that, like ambulance rescue, fire rescue, whatever, can get in and out easily, and police. So that's I don't know why I said that, but it was a cool thing that they changed all that to make it more safe, and that families can not have to babysit their lights for 2 weeks a year.
Right. So if you'll just Google Christmas lights plus your town, if you don't know where the cool place to go is to look at Christmas lights, just Google that, and you'll find there's probably one or two or more areas in your town that are just kind of known for having awesome Christmas lights.
And your local TV station will have that information too on their website of where to go. Also, make some thermoses with hot chocolate. Make some popcorn. Take some candy. Make a real special thing of it, almost like it's a family movie, right? You're driving around town looking at lights and stuff, and everybody's got snacks and treats and stuff in the car.
Yeah. Make it fun, and don't, if you're the dad, don't gripe about having to be in traffic all night. It'll ruin the magic. unless that's part of your charm as a dad, is you're the gripey dad. That's fun. Well, since we kind of already mentioned it, let's talk about the next one. Watch Christmas movies. I mean, there are all kinds of movies that, there are ones that I enjoy, the ones that my wife enjoys. What are your favorite Christmas movies?
Oh, my very favorite is Miracle on, I forget the street. What is the street?
34th Street?
That's my favorite, even though I don't know the name of it. My least favorite is the one that everybody loves with the kid, not Home Alone, but The Christmas Story. I don't like that one. That kid's like, I don't know. I don't like that at all. I did watch a couple of Lifetime ones that were pretty cool too. But I love the original. Sorry, I love the original, not the one with the weird misfit toy island, but the original Rudolph was one of my favorites.
The original.
It didn't used to have the misfit toys. That was something that was added years later to it. It's never had the island of misfit toys.
But it's the claymation?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. When I was a kid, on the commercials for all of those, like Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph, now I'm telling my age, there used to be a Norelco shaver. Yeah. And was it a snowman or Santa Claus would go riding down the snowdrifts on it? I love that. I thought that was the coolest thing as a kid. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So we had boys, a lot of boys, and we had one girl, but a lot of boys. So it really wasn't Christmas for us until Hans Gruber fell off the Nakatomi Towers. That was a big deal. That's the first Die Hard movie, and it was a Christmas movie because he's at a Christmas party, and then all hell breaks loose, and he's got to go save the day, and that's what Christmas is for us. But I also, as a kid, especially, really enjoyed. The Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh,
in fact, I still, one of my favorite Christmas tunes is the little jazz, what is that called? The little jazz tune that he plays, and I love it. It comes on the radio. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
And so we love that. So, watch maybe the same Christmas movie every year, or you've got it, and as a family, you sit down and watch It's a Wonderful Life or Home Alone or whatever your favorite is, or maybe mix it up every year. But, it's a big family deal. You all kind of sit down and watch a movie together.
Our kids liked the first Home Alone at Christmas time. They like to watch it. But we didn't really have a lot of movies that we sat down and watched over Christmas. We just kind of, like a tradition like that. But that's a cool tradition.
Absolutely. The one movie it's not a Christmas movie, but the one movie our family was growing up that we probably watched 100, more than that, 1,000,000 times, because my son and I were just talking about this last night, was Mystery Men. We
had it in the car on a DVD player, so all the neighborhood kids, all the teenagers that hung out with our kids, they would play it every time they got in the car.
We still quote it. We have to quote the movie all the time. That's a big deal. But again, that's a memory that we've.
They love that, and that's how you make these memories. Whether it's a Frugal memory or my kids can quote almost every line of Friends, and it makes us crack up every time we quote a line of Friends to each other.
Okay, so the next one, go Christmas caroling. This is easy. You download the lyrics to 4 or 5 different Christmas carols, Jingle Bells, Silent Night, whatever. And, you go knock on people's doors and you sing a Christmas carol and you spread cheer.
Don't knock on the door. Just stand out in the yard.
No, go ahead.
We never knocked on the door. We always just sit in the yard and sing. We walked on the street and sang. We never knocked on doors.
Okay.
They come out when they can.
Okay. Whatever. But whatever you do.
People don't want you to knock on their door.
Whatever you do. Again, that's cheap, and especially if you've got, like, we were youth pastors growing up, so we had our kids and
not while we were growing up. The kids were growing up. We were youth pastors.
So we had our kids plus there was always like 10 others that were around. So it was really easy for us to kind of grab a group and go out and do cool stuff like that with them.
But make sure they know the words, even if they're holding the paper, because a lot of the kids that we took with us didn't know any of the words of the songs.
Some of them couldn't read, so it didn't even help to have them. Right. So
what's the next one?
That's cheap and that's easy. Go Christmas caroling. Next one, we kind of did this a little bit last night. Decorate your tree.
Yes, our youngest baby granddaughter, who's not even 1 yet, she actually got the ornament on the tree. We were impressed. She was playing with it, and all of a sudden it somehow landed on the tree, and it was her ornament.
Yeah, so that was really cool. She
and
just
then the next second,
it landed. It was cool.
Then the next second, youngest one tripped promptly over her and fell on the floor, and them crying and ensued.
Yeah.
So it was Christmas tree decorating time.
We were making memories, but yeah, that's cool. The cool thing about decorating your Christmas tree is that you can accumulate decorations over the years.
Yeah.
And in fact, we'll talk in a little bit. You can have your kids make decorations.
Yeah.
And so they can go through and, in fact, we'll just skip right to the next one. Make Christmas.
Oh, wait. For years and years, my mom made ornaments and bought ornaments for the kids all throughout their lives. So they have an ornament for every year that they've been alive, because she's bought or made them an ornament every year. So we have, that your tree can get overflowing quickly. So last year we kind of decided to shift gears a little bit, and we sat down with the grandkids and the women in the family, because the men didn't help at all.
We were watching Die Hard.
We sat down and my daughter went out and bought these wooden, I had the idea and I just gave it to her and she ran with it, but she bought these wooden, I am not crafty, y'all, so I'm going to say all the wrong stuff, little things that she got at like Michael's, and they were like heart shapes, and one of them says love, it's like carved out the letters love and peace and family and all this, but she got different sizes, like a banner and a circle and a heart and all that. The kids got to paint and create their own ornaments, and all of the guys' ornaments, since the guys didn't get involved, and the baby's ornament, and the baby wasn't born yet, so that was cool. We knew it was a girl, we knew her name, and so they got to decorate all their own ornaments, and we used just those on the tree last year. And so that's what we were doing last night, was putting those on the tree, because most everybody was there and their names were all there, so they got to put theirs on the tree.
That was cool.
And the baby got to put hers on the tree that they made for her last year.
That was cool. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We spent a few nights doing it, and everybody was sitting at the kitchen table and decorating and choosing colors and designs and what they wanted to do. So it was very, very cool.
Very nice. Yeah, so make your own Christmas ornaments. And that probably cost us all of maybe $30 when we went to
not much. And it was a lot of fun. And it was a memory, because they'll remember that, and they remembered putting them on the tree this year that they had made them last year. And so it's pretty cool.
So the next one, pardon me, got a little something in my throat. Decorate some Christmas cookies. So sugar cookie mix is really easy to do. That doesn't cost very much. Get some cookie cutters and cut out your little cookies, and then some icing, and have the kids decorate their own sugar cookies. And then if you can get involved in a cookie exchange, maybe at work or whatever,
that's fun.
That's a lot of fun. You can bring some cookies home and have your kids have all these cool cookies that they can eat.
When I was growing up, my mom made all sorts of Christmas cookies, and Christmas Eve, we had the coolest traditions growing up. Christmas Eve, my mom would make all these cookies, just tons and tons of cookies, and she would separate them out onto plates and cover them in saran wrap, and then us kids would go out and pass them out to our neighbors. So, this is for that house, and this is for this house, and we lived there for years, and so we knew all our neighbors. Well, in our neighborhood, the coolest tradition that I love is we had a few weeks before Christmas, people would come to the door and they would knock and they would ask us how many candles we needed and how many bags we needed. And we bought enough candles and bags to go every, I want to say every, I don't know. It was so, you had to step it off. And so what you did was you took the bag and you folded it halfway down, it's a white bag, and then you filled it with sand. I grew up in Florida, so there's plenty of sand. You fill it halfway with sand, and then you take a little tea light, and you set the tea light down in there, and you set those bags every so many feet all the way around your property. We were on the corner, so we had to go all the way around the property. And then when it got dark, you lit all of your candles, and so it was all lit up, the whole street, because everybody did it. So at 5 or 5:30 Christmas Eve, everybody's out, all of our neighborhood is out, and we're all lighting these candles, and then cars start driving down in there. In a few years, the electric company came in and turned off all the lights so that all you saw were the bags, and it was it came from a tradition where it was supposed to be leading the lost sinner to the nearest church, and so that was the path. It was supposed to be the path, but everybody did it. And then afterwards, our neighbor down the street always had an open house, and she had a ton of food. And so when we all got done and lit our lights and everything, we all headed down to her house and had a cool day. So that was a cool tradition. That's something I'll never forget.
Right. Yeah, that is cool. That's not something that we did growing up, and I don't know that we could put open flame on our front.
Well, you had to know how to do it. It went down in the sand, and it was just a tea light. There was no way you could get to the bag, and you folded the bag. There's a whole science to it.
I'm sure there is. Science! That's
But
cool.
it was,
That's cool. You have
I
this
mean,
really cool tradition.
yeah, I'll never forget that tradition. It's just the coolest thing ever. I was going to say also, I'm going to put in the show notes. Last year I made peppermint ornaments, which were fun. The kids ate them all. We didn't put them on the tree, but I did have a reader say that she made them last year and she was using them again this year, so I thought that was cool. But you can use, like he was saying, get the sugar cookie, or not sugar cookie, but get cookie cutters, in different shapes, and you can actually make peppermint ones in a snap, and the kids had fun making them and eating them. So I'll put that in the show notes so you can see how to make peppermint ornaments, and they take just a couple of minutes. They're super easy and super cute.
That's cool. Another very easy Christmas tradition, this is actually something that we do every year, is have a specific Christmas breakfast that you cook. So whatever that is, if you've got Christmas pancakes, maybe you put red and green dye in your batter. We do monkey bread.
We do not do monkey bread.
We do monkey bread every Christmas. We do coffee cake.
Monkey bread.
I thought it was monkey bread.
We do a coffee cake every year.
Oh, that's right. Coffee cake. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and so the whole our tradition is that after all the presents are open, then Dad reads the Christmas story from the Bible, and then we have a coffee cake that our sons have started purchasing at work from a friend who makes really cool ones the last few years. And so we put a candle on it, and we bring it in after Dad reads the story, and we sing Happy Birthday to Jesus. And that's our family tradition every Christmas morning.
Right. And then really the last one is read the Christmas story.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's what we do.
I jumped ahead.
It doesn't cost you anything. Right. And before we after we open all the presents,
yeah, after.
Done with all the Christmas
everybody's
stuff.
calmed down and relaxed.
Yeah, Johnny's got his little bicycle.
And they can handle it.
Yeah, so we gather them all around, and we read the Christmas story, and then we pray, and then we sing Happy Birthday to Jesus, and
then we eat coffee cake.
Then we eat coffee cake.
Kids get to blow the candle out.
Kids get to blow the candle out. Yeah, absolutely. So, there, and we're probably just scratching the tip of the.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a tons of. So the idea is not to spend a ton of money unless you just have tons of money to spend, and if you are. Let me tell you about a Kickstarter I'm doing, or something. I don't know, but it's about.
You can go on Pinterest and find 1,000 things.
Yeah, it's about just creating memories and not spending a ton of money to do it that are repeatable year after year after year, and you want to create those those family myths or whatever you call them. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a better way to say it, but those family traditions where they go all the time, and it's what your kids associate with Christmas.
I always wanted to do this with my kids. My daughter-in-law, we've known the family forever, and I always thought it was the coolest tradition, and I never could remember to do it ever. They lined all their kids up on the stairs every year.
Hey guys, it's Aaron. We kind of lost connection right there at the end of the blab. We were already at the end. Diane was saying how our daughter-in-law's family put their kids on the staircase every year and take a Christmas picture with all the kids on the staircase. So that's all she was saying, and then it just kind of ended right abruptly right there at the end. So those are the frugal Christmas traditions that you could do with your family. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're listening to this through the podcast, then please subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.